Hello. Hello.
Hello. Welcome for this event.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm Dr. Ram Behin, the host for this event. We are collaborating with the Unicorn Features, the startup ventures, which is a global startup the event organizers, mostly the competitions and stuff like so. We at London Capital, we primarily work for startup companies and mentorship and acceleration. Apart from that, we are closely working with large family offices on the investments and related activities. So we are at Dubai. So we are currently organizing this event along with the startup network. So this event, as you know very well, this is like probably we'll give an initial a brief about the juries, those who are primarily having experience in investments or angel investment related activities, and slowly it's followed by the pitches conducted by the the startup firms. So I'll request this the juries to give a brief about themselves, a short brief, one by one. Thank you.
All right, should I start? So my name is Mohammed. I'm Mohammed Mahfouz. I'm the CEO and founder of a company called Deka4 Advisory. We're a consultancy company focusing on the new area of Web3. So we are a specialized Web3 consultants. My background, I spent most of my professional career advising and investing in startups, mostly in Europe, but also across different regions. So that's from my side. Thank you.
Hi, yes, it's my turn now. My name is Khalid Moirer Abu Gharbiya, and we represent different family offices for investments. We focus mainly on Web3 and on breakthrough engineering, and I'm happy to be here today.
Guys, who would like to be the next one, please? Dear judges. Yes, please. Who would like to introduce themselves right now? Next one, please. Ram.
Yeah, I think
okay,
I'll give some space for this.
Please invite next judges like a host. Please invite our next judges.
Yeah.
So maybe Kari.
Yes,
okay,
just unmuted here. Okay. My name is Kari Servanto. I come from Finland and Switzerland, where my present business is. I've been an entrepreneur most of my life. Originally worked for Navy and military, and then I went into management consulting for some 16 years, worked with big companies and small ones alike. I founded myself 2 startups, where the previous one was in the anesthesia and pediatrics in life sciences or pharmaceutical studies. And just 3 years ago, I started another one, which is in cancer research and oncology. Happy to be here. Hope we have a good meeting with the new startups. Thanks.
Thank you, Kari. Ram, are you here?
Yeah.
I think let's start our startup pitch session. Okay, please invite, starting from startup number 1. Please invite our startups.
Sure. So thanks for the juries to give a brief about the background and stuff like so. We'll get into the pitch now. So first is like View IT. So I request them to give a brief about their profile and how they are doing it and what stage they are looking into it and stuff like so. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Farhan. I'm the founder of View It. So I've been in real estate in Dubai for over 16 years now, and I've been running brokerages here. And there's been a pain point, especially during the pandemic, where we were unable to do property viewings. My agents and I were unable to apply our trade. So we were sending videos of properties over WhatsApp, over Google Drive, and WeTransfer, and so on. And we were actually closing deals this way. So for less effort, we were actually making more money. So we decided to build a platform around video only, and we built View It. It's View It as an app for both the iOS and the Android phones, where a user or an agent walks through a property, takes a video of the listing, pins the location to verify that he's been there, and then uploads it to one of our 2 sites. So we launched this in February of 2021. We got incubated and established with In5, through whom we have a trade license and we're fully active. We also launched in Pakistan, where we have now over 2,000 listings. So generally now View It at the moment stands at 1,100 users, monthly active users, about 2,200 listings. We have 3,000 app downloads on both the Play Store, on both the app stores combined. And yeah, we are pre-seed, I would say. We're looking to raise $360,000 for 20% equity. Yeah, we're in talks with a couple of VCs in the region, as well as in the US.
Do you have a pitch deck? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Do you have please share screen with us. Please share screen with us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry. Yes. I didn't know that was the format. I'm sorry. Just give me a second here. Yeah. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah. Let's start.
Okay. Yeah.
Please continue.
So, I mean, I've gone through all this. This is how the app works. If you can see, the first step is you add the property details. The second step is you take a video, or you can add from gallery. It's very similar to sort of TikTok or Instagram. And the third step is you pin the location to verify that you've been there. Why isn't it going forward? 1 second. Oh. Come on. Okay. This is our team. It's myself, Atif and Ayan. They are the CTO and the COO. We have a very good team of advisors as well. The size of the market is globally is around $10 billion, 85 for the UAE and 45 million for Dubai specifically. Very quickly, I'll just recap this. So we have competition in Dubai. Property Finder and Dubizzle share about almost 90% of the market collectively, but less than 6% of their listings are immersive tours, which means to say 360 or video. Every listing on our site is a video, HD video walkthrough. So we're right in the middle of these competitors like Bayut, Dubizzle, Property Finder, and the social media sites where you come upon these listings by random, by happenstance. This is again the numbers that we're talking about. So we have, this is an old one, but we have 1,100 users now, and we have over 2,000 listings. We've been part of a lot of conferences and so on in the UAE, and our business model is one of subscription. So we charge 100 dirhams per agent per month. And then we would slowly pivot to a per listing model, which means we would charge per listing once we hit our inflection point. I won't go into this, but we could hit profitability by year 2 if we play our cards right. Our tech stack is very sort of, it's enabled us to grow and scale much faster than others. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Time is over. So let's start our Q&A. Ram. Hey, dear judges, your questions, please.
I have a question here. So
Sure.
It's not clear to me. How do you compete with the Property Finder and Bayut in terms of what is like the service? And if I understood, you're targeting the agents. So what are they getting other than the viewing?
So we're doing there are a couple of things. One is we're a lot cheaper. Right now we're free, but even when we do monetize, we'll be a lot cheaper than Property Finder, Divisal, and Bayut. And the second is that we are offering the first viewing. So a major pain point that agents have today in this, and specifically the Dubai market, is arranging viewings that don't lead to a sale or a rent. So when you crunch the numbers, over 66% of viewings are of no interest to the buyer or the tenant. We want to be that 66% so that a buyer or a tenant can eliminate that.
How do you make it happen? So you have a video viewing of the apartment, for example. Why would that be translated to a transaction? That's what you're saying?
It would eliminate any sort of second guessing that the buyer tenant has. So at the moment, portals, 95% of listings on portals are pictures and text. With a video, you have a much better idea of what the apartment or the villa looks like. And then you can, and the agent also therefore has a qualified client. So there's a mutual sort of understanding between the agent and the client that we've seen a video, you've understood it to the point where you would like to now commit to a visit to the property, and then we can take it forward. So it's to qualify both parties on this value chain, the agent and the client.
Do you have it ready now, or it's you're gonna?
Yes, sir, very much. Yeah. We're live in Dubai.
How many users you have?
1,100.
These are agents, right? Individual agents or broker companies?
Individual agents, sir. Yeah. Most of them are in Pakistan. And we have about 35 to 40 users in Dubai. Dubai, as you know, is very expensive. There's a lot of regulation. We are also now integrated with the Dubai Land Department. So each listing has a Tarkhisi permit number, which basically says that it's a verified listing as far as the Land Department is concerned. So we're fully legitimate in Dubai and in Pakistan.
Okay, thank you very much. Time is over.
Thank you.
Ram, one more judge joined us, Gaurav Shah. Gaurav, please introduce yourself and your fund shortly in 1 minute, pointing out your industry and check size. Gaurav, do you hear us?
I can, Lena. Hi, hello everyone. This is Gaurav from Arit Ventures. I'm the managing partner over here. We primarily focus on pre-revenue and post-revenue large-scale businesses, mostly on private equity, but these days on venture capital as well. Look forward to hearing you all. Thank you
Thank you very much. So dear judges, please don't forget to vote for our startups. It's very, very important. Okay, so Ram, please announce our next participant. You are muted probably.
Sorry. Next is Kinda Smart Inc. So I request them to give a presentation. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, and thanks for having me actually here. It's my second week in Dubai, and I would like to share my screen right now. Oh, yeah. Just a second. Okay, it'll take me just 30 seconds to come back into the call. I am very sorry for misconvenience.
Okay, let's keep up. Startup number 3.
Number 3 is Cloud Hoops. I request them to give a presentation. Thank you.
Hi, how are you? I can share my screen.
Sure.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Nancy Najam, co-founder of CloudHoods. It's an educational and social network platform that supports women on parenting, mental health, and professional growth. Women encounter many heavy changes in her life, specifically after becoming a mother. She gets affected mentally, physically, and emotionally. Did you know that actually 74% of working women get affected by burnout? 44% of them lack the support that they need when they come back to the workforce. 89% of mothers in general don't get the support from society. Well, I'm one of those women, and I'm a mother too. CloudHood is a mobile app and a safe space that empowers women in their key life stages. it gives them access and matches them to an AI engine, to relevant experts and other like-minded women to get the support that they need all in one place. Our aim is to make the complex simple. How it works. All she has to do is a simple onboarding that will capture her data and her demographic and interest. She can then connect and make friends and ask for share experiences with other like-minded women. She can get matches to our system, AI system, through experts to read their blogs and contents. Once she gets subscribed to the app, she can join close circles that share similar experiences but moderated with experts, or she can opt to book a private one-on-one session with those experts. Our sum is around 25 million from a SAM that's 500 million in the Middle East and a total addressable market of $7 billion based on Forbes' New Moms economy. As for our competition, well, there's a lot of platforms that offer services from circles to expert to community. But what we have different is a one single entry point. It's a one-stop shop to all those services based by an AI engine that matches you to the relevant expert, plus it gets all the support that you need in one place. All this by creating a solid, inclusive, diverse community. We've tested our MVP in Dubai, and we've gathered a register around 13,000 registered profile with a round of 1,000 monthly active users. We generated revenue around $40,000 from collaboration with brands such as Lego, Nestle, and Duplo. Our app is free at the moment, and the monetization is to only brand sponsorship. But our core business model is based on the subscription to unlock those circles, in addition to the commission of the one-on-one expert. And we're also planning to target corporates through bundle deals where they can offer the membership to their employers. As for our team, is a team to do it. Myself and my co-founder, Lara, we are two women leading the operation. We have our team, Nadim as our CTO, and a board of expert advisors, from doctors to coaches to professional marketeers. We've bootstrapped it to build our MVP for now and to acquire our current users. We're planning of developing phase 2 where the subscription and start monetizing from subscriptions, and then to reach approximately a 40,000 user registration and scale to new markets. Well, that's Cloudhood. I'm pretty sure that you know at least one woman who can benefit from this app. And if you do, please join us in our journey and get in touch with us after this event. And that's it. Yeah.
Open for inquiries from the juries.
Sorry?
It's open for the queries from the juries. So if anyone have a query, they will.
Yes, please do. No questions?
I actually have one question, please. Do you mainly focus on individuals, or do you do anything for large corporations that have some kind of support like Lego for mothers?
For sure. We do both. We do individuals, so she can go as an individual, join those groups or take book a one-on-one consultation. But we're also aiming to go and tackle those big corporations where they seek and they claim women empowerment, equality, diversity, and inclusion. So we offer them like bundle deals of subscription because of those experts that we have. We offer them those bundle deals for them to offer to their employers, mainly women employees.
Okay. Now, for individuals, does it start with, is it like a freemium model, or is it already from the get-go subscription?
No, from now, as we've been live already for the past week, we've tested in Dubai. So it is a freemium model. It will always have this freemium model where you can go and connect with other women for the support, for share experiences, or also like read some basic freemium content from those experts. But if you want to have more, if you want to join this closed circle that will be like about private topic or topic in general that is moderated by expert, you'll have to subscribe. And you can also just as one go and book a consultation with one-on-one. So there's gonna always be a freemium, just like any other app, but it will have like restriction and limitations. So the biggest experience that you'll have to go and will have is once you subscribe and pay, obviously.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome. Anyone else?
Hi, can I ask a question? Yes.
Sure.
Ma'am, there are about 35 health tech startups currently in UAE, right? And many of them have a focus on mental health because as the statistics show, nearly 57% of the citizens in UAE particularly are suffering from burnout. What are you doing different, one? And second, how are you going to invite the customers to pay for subscription app? What is the strategy? While I understand the business model, what is the strategy towards revenue and growth generation?
So you said something very important. Everybody gets affected by burnout. But the thing is, the problem we all agree that the problem is out there. The only thing is a woman/mom is overwhelmed with information that you get from everywhere else. And I'm talking about myself. This app took life based on our personal experience, to be very honest with you. And once I went to the UAE and got my baby for the first time, like I've been in the corporate life all my life, and then it hit me like, now what? So, and I got all those roller coasters emotionally, professionally, and personally. So the thing is, you go online and you start searching everywhere. What we're offering is a single entry point, mentally, professionally, expert in parenting. This is something very important. So it goes into one package. Parenting, you have all the expert in the parenting, from baby to first time sleep, to breastfeeding, to postpartum. Mentally, if you are a new mom or a working mom or grief or divorce. So it's a life cycle of the woman. Two, then professional growth, going back to the workforce, how to come back if you want to pursue a passion project.
Sure, I can understand that. What would be the strategy towards revenue and growth?
Yeah, so in addition to that, what is appealing to someone else, it's not only that you'll get the support from the expert himself. Women feels more in like together when they are in communities, they get more support once they are in communities. This is why something is important, the circles. So not only you get an expert advice, you get an expert advice and the share experience for other women for half the price, not even half, less than the price than a consultation with a psy or psychologist one-on-one. So this is what the different advantage that we have is the price. So it's like a package of information, not only from the expert, but you will also have advantage of learning and getting to have more tips of a group of women going through the same thing. Let's say divorce, grief, or whatever. You go to a psychologist, they give you the tip, but it's like for less than the price, you get the psychologist and 10 other women.
Understood.
Like
Thank you so much for your response. Thank you.
I hope I answered your
the time is over. The time is over. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, let's come back to startup number 2. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you so much. I had some issue with screen share. Here we go. I'll be sharing my screen in a second. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. I'll move this. And I'll go all the way. Hello, my name is Nikita Saraf, and I'm a CEO of a startup called Kinda Smart Incorporated, and we have developed Kinestics application. So if you guys remember back in the day, back in 2001, Steve Jobs, when presenting an iPod, said that there's 1,000 songs in your pocket. Well, 21 years later, we can assure you there is an AI coach in your pocket. The problems that we have noticed is the price is a very important concern for people hiring a personal coach, and the coaches aren't always accessible, which means that they cannot work at nights and whenever you have the boost of motivation. And the third one is the lack of motivation to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Personally, for me, that's a big issue because, you know, I'm the kind of person that needs motivation to work out, that needs motivation to do fitness. So without that's a huge problem in a society as well. Going further to the solutions that we offer an AI coach, a versatile AI coach in your phone for $10 subscription per month. And what I mean by AI coach is that it really is a coach that looks at you while you work out and talks to you and tells you if you're doing something right or wrong. So it's 24/7 availability, as there's no human involved in the application. You can use it anywhere at any time. And users are rewarded with Kinda Coin. So basically, it's an additional motivations for users to work out. And the Kinda Coin is a reward system that we've developed within the application where users are getting paid for staying fit. which has never been in the history before, except for some startups out there. How it works? You basically download the application. You select a workout, then you start a workout. You lean your phone facing the frontal camera facing you, and then you basically start working out. And our AI model is capable of using GPU for faster performance, and it looks at you while you work out. It talks to you and it understands you. So for your correct movement, of course, it'll praise you. For incorrect movement, it will tell you what you're doing exactly not well enough. And you get rewarded for staying fit. And you'll be able to use your kind of coins within the application to buy our own merch or withdraw earned coins. So the market size back in 2019, the market cap of online fitness was stood at $6 billion. And just imagine how much it has grown over the pandemic when most of the services went online. And annual physical rehabilitation spending only in the United States stands at $34 billion. And annual growth of online fitness industry is at 35%, which is relatively a lot regarding other fields. So how we plan to acquire our users is, of course, it's outside marketing, such as social media. It's all about influencers, targeted marketing, social media trends, and of course, health and wellness blogs. But we have also in-app marketing, which enables users to share their content and generate their content within the application. So if you use Instagram, you probably have noticed that many people like to record how they work out and post it on social media. Well, you can do that with Kinestics as well. And of course, sharing the achievement that you've done within the application, and everybody loves to brag about their achievements. And it's auto integration of trending TikTok dances into workouts. What does that mean? Is that people can directly record videos of them working out or dancing or doing anything within Kinestics and share it to such platforms as TikTok. So our business model is subscription based, and subscription only costs $10 per month, which is less than the price of a double cheeseburger in California, which is very, very cheap per month. And our projected users by the middle of the next year stands at 500,000 users. And considering that 4% of users as it is right now are paid users, it'll be 20,000 paid users, which will be bringing us about $200,000 per month in revenue. And currently, we just launched about 3 weeks ago an MVP of the product, and we already have up to 900 users, and about 45 to 50 of them are paid users. Our competition, as you can see, it's a very crowded place, but we found a way to compete. So most of the fitness applications you can find online, they offer conservative videos, so which is basically like watching YouTube. And the AI solutions that are there, they are either too expensive or do not offer what we do as a cross-platform solution. So for instance, Fitness AI and Onyx, and they're only available on iOS, and their AI is very limited. We can do unlimited things such as dancing, boxing, yoga, meditation, and anything.
Time is over. Thank you very much.
Okay, perfect.
So let's start Q&A, guys.
Thank you for your time, and I'm very open for the questions that you have.
Thank you. Gaurav, your question?
Yes. You just mentioned about Insane and Fitness AI, right? There is also FitLove and others that are out in the space, right? And I think you mentioned about having services that are more than what they offer. The question here is, the pricing model that you mentioned, $10 a month in comparison with a double cheeseburger based out in California. How does this $10 a month rather compare with the local fitness training or the local fitness apps like FitLove, Fitness Insane, and all? They have raised quite a bit of capital, and they may not have the multiple apps, but they are still very competitive and have large users. How will you compete against them?
That's a very very interesting question. Our main market actually is United States and Europe, and we are incorporated in the States. How we plan to compete is that we are offering a wide variety of workouts, and we're using one of the fastest AI in the world that you can put in the phone. That is only possible to put in a phone. Eventually, we are not going to compete with the fitness application, but rather with human coaches that provide services offline. And yeah, that's our main competition actually.
How would you create a user base for US European markets? What would be your strategy to penetrate and grow, given that your conversion rate is 5%, right? How do you plan on growing this market further?
As I mentioned in the presentation, we have a very sophisticated marketing plan for both outside of app marketing and inside of app marketing. And to this day, our customer acquisition cost stands at $0. We haven't spent $1 on marketing yet, but we'll already have 900 users. And those users generate new users constantly all the time. So most of our current users there are sharing the content that they create within Kinestics to their social medias that bring us more and more users. And we found that's the best way. And that's basically the dirty trick that TikTok uses to share the content from TikTok to other social medias with their watermark. That's basically what we were using, and we found it very effective to this day.
Perfect. That helps. Thank you for your response. Good luck.
Thank you. Any more questions?
I just want to ask about the technology. So you're saying you have an AI engine, and okay, so how can we believe what you're saying? What validation you have? Is it already developed? How does it work? You have any benchmarks or testing?
Yeah, that's actually a very interesting question. We just launched about a month ago. We haven't done any testing and penetration or anything like that. But how you can test it, how AI works, you can actually download the application and try to work out yourself. It will notice your smallest possible movement that you're doing wrong. So for instance, if you are squatting, let's say, it will look at you while you squat, and it will tell you if your posture is straight, if your legs are staying correct, or if you're sitting low enough. Just try it.
Well, I'm sure every move it will catch it as incorrect as far as I'm concerned. But now, how about scalability? Now you have few users, so the AI will work. Did you do any stress testing? I mean, will it scale and once your volumes are up?
Okay, so here we go. It's absolutely scalable because AI is in your phone. Once you download the application and download the content within it, you don't even need your internet to work out. You can work out offline. It's only in your phone. That's what we were managed to do. So we can even scale within one night to 500,000 users, and it will be absolutely okay for the service that we're using. It's absolutely scalable.
All right, thank you.
Any more questions?
Okay, let's move on, guys. Ram?
I think it's good. I request the juries to vote the startups. You can see the link which is shared to you earlier. So kindly vote accordingly. Let's move forward, and I request Yes Wire for giving a presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good afternoon. I'm Justinas. I represent Swire project, and I won't be sharing any nice slides today. You are welcome to download our pitch deck, which is quite informative. But I want to tell a story how our project started. Basically, 6 months ago, I met my class buddy. So I was in the process to sell my business. He was in the process to leave his corporate work, and probably we both wanted to do something new. So we had a discussion what to do next, and we wanted to do something significant and important. So I was quite good with financial products. He just left a big wealth management company responsible for cybersecurity. So we started looking into developing regions, as well as I was working with those regions quite a lot, particularly Africa, South Asia, Southeast Asia. And so we looked what we could do next and how to help people. And what we saw is that the big problem in developing markets is...
I'm sorry, please share your screen, share your pitch deck. You have just 3 minutes for pitch.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. So just a second. Yeah, this is our pitch deck. Just give me a second. Yeah, so the pitch deck is quite informative. That's why I didn't want to share it. You are welcome to view it later. So this is the theme. So basically, for our project, we saw that there is a big problem in Africa, in particular. So we have 1.2 billion people. And the problem is that 50% of people still don't have access to any banking products, financial products. And finally, the rest who have access, they have very expensive payments. So on average, they are close to 8%, which are the most expensive in the world. And the final problem is that even if people manage to have money, the problem is that money is depreciating. Local currencies are evaluated to lose quite tremendous amount of value against US dollar. So for example, from 59 African countries, 41 country is prognosed to have currency depreciation. So what we found out is that there is a lack of digital financial products. So we started to develop a special financial application that is both for standard retail banking operations to preserve the problems with cash economy, and as well also basically to help people to manage their funds. Another thing that we saw that Africa is developing quite well with cryptocurrencies, just to protect the risk from currency depreciation. But again, Bitcoin is just too volatile. So we see situations that now it's dropped 3 times in price. So what we are offering actually for the market is that at this moment, we want to offer people a special application that allows them to keep their money in savings accounts in their local currency with interest rate, and as well possibility to change the environment and convert their currencies into the most trusted stable coin, which is currently USDC.
I'm sorry, the time is over. I'm so sorry. So dear judges, your questions, please.
Yeah, so very shortly, please go ahead with questions.
Okay, so. Yes, please go on.
Are you proposing in the African
Yes, I just had a
markets? Yeah, Ram, do you have a question? Hello.
No. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Are you proposing a checking or a savings account in the African market? What is the value proposition over here that you are proposing for the unbanked and underbanked customers in Africa?
So the main value proposition is to open easily free bank account because opening bank account is quite painful and frustrating.
No, I understand that. I have a follow-up question to that. What would be their motivation to open a bank account when still cash is the real transaction that they do, one, and it may or may not be necessary that they may have significant savings in the bank account to leverage upon that, right? How is this value proposition sustainable and attractive to them?
Yeah, so moving cash is quite complicated. Traveling risk, you can get even robbed, and we have lots of examples in my previous working experience in Africa. So we have partners, retail agents. So now, as cash economy is growing still, so there are network of agents who accept and pay out cash. So with our application, there is a possibility to just use many retail agents just to put in cash into the application and cash out.
You have a tie-up with these agents over there in the local markets?
Yes, we have a technology partner with a network of agents and etc. So moving cash would be quite cheaper and simpler. This is one thing. Second thing, we would provide cards, the digital cards, prepaid cards. So basically, there is a network as well of ATMs where you can deposit and take out money. So of course, each country is very different, and for each country, we are using different approach. And the most important unique selling point is that, as I told, the currencies are depreciating. In a decade, some currencies lost more than 70% of its value. So this is the biggest problem, because people just cannot save money. Even as I said, Bitcoin is not always a solution. So what we propose is we proposed cryptocurrency stablecoin accounts. So we saw what happened with recent crypto market crash.
I have my answer, sir. I will let other judges also ask the questions. Yeah. Thank you. That helps.
So last quick question, please, because the time is over. Last quick question.
I would like to ask, how do you compete against, let's say, the very simple money transfer services that there are quite a few dozen nowadays?
Yeah, so money transfer services, if we talk about cross-border payments, so they don't cover the problems with cash initially. If we talk about just moving the money, so yes, of course, we have quite similar products, but as I said, our most unique selling point is that just instead of keeping cash in your account, so we have a few options to either keep in savings account local currency or to convert into USDC. And we talked with many people that they don't have such options. So basically, such application, such product would be quite unique on the market. I think we would be first ones in Africa.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's move on. Ram?
Yeah, juries kindly vote for this startup. Next is PECTIB. So I request them to give a presentation. Thank you.
You're muted, probably. So startup number 4, please close your, please stop share your screen. Sorry. Okay. So play tracks.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, you're muted probably. Okay, let's start.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anjo de Heus, and I would love to speak a little bit about Playtracks. As you can see, there's two names here, the Playgrounds and Playtracks. Both are one company, and I will get back to that in a second. We are all about making a shift in the creative economy. I mean, artists by default are somewhat neglected. And that's why we build Playtracks and the Playgrounds. We are based in Dubai and we are based in Belgium. I heard all-in-one already. We are a all-in-one app for the music and entertainment industry. And our goal is to replace other apps. And we'll get back on the next slide which apps we do replace. We also launched our NFT marketplace earlier this year, and immediately were named a key player in the music industry. Reason, very simple. Throughout last year, since we went live in April, we started to do a lot of music distribution. And what it is we did, we literally took all the music, the content we already distributed, and minted that into NFTs. And that made us a key player immediately when we went live. We are based blockchain, AI, metadata. We hold the data of about 6 million artists, 70 million songs, and on average, we replace about 10 apps. If you look at the right side, there's a lot of apps in this music industry. Many are dinosaur apps. People still have to sign up and only have a limited view on their own performance. We allow for any artist to look at the whole world and compare, identify trends, and look at performance, and most importantly, monetize through NFTs. So if you look at the all-in-one app, what it is we do, we provide copyright control in the blockchain, we do music distribution, royalty management, because we have all the metadata on songs, albums, artists, social security, we can provide you full transparency on what it is you're earning. On top of that, we do radio airplay monitoring in near real time. We can literally show you if a song of Dua Lipa or The Weeknd is being played on the radio right now. On top of that, charts, and as said, the NFT marketplace. Now, if you look at all the metadata we gather, we also guide the artist in pricing their NFTs. So we like to take out the psychological pricing and the outrageous things you get to see on OpenSea and more like these platforms. If you look at the industry in general, it's a 43 billion industry. 12% goes to artists, hence the reason it's time to shift the industry. I quickly move on here. The problems we solve are transparency, monetization, and complexity. And if you, and that's the last statement, if you see what you can earn on Spotify, you need about 100 streams to make $1 or 250 streams to make $1. And with NFTs, you can literally make whatever it is you need to make. I think this is almost like 3 minutes. Thank you. I try to stick to the timeline. Okay, if you allow me to continue, then I continue. Okay, when we, few key facts, we went live in April last year. The playgrounds, the NFT marketplace early this year. We have about 6,000 data users. Part of them are subscription users, other are royalty users, meaning we take a percentage on their royalties. We have about 160,000 NFTs right now. Blockchain development happens from Dubai. Metadata, as I already said, and we are revenue generating. We currently, after 14 months, have an ARR of about 300.
I'm sorry, the time is over. Sorry, sorry.
I already warned you for that.
I'm sorry, the time is over. Okay.
It's okay,
So,
no worries.
Ram, please. Hello, Ram. Please ask judges about.
Any questions? Please, please ask any questions. And kindly vote for this pitch as well.
I have some questions here. So you already your platform is already running, right?
Yes, sir.
And forget the number. So how many artists you already have?
On the data side, we are having about 6,000 users. Every day we add about 25 users, and on average, we have about 500 users on the platform every hour of the day.
And these users are the content creators or the consumers?
They are the content creators, and our next step, and that's also part of the fundraising, is to improve our marketing so that we can go after the regular consumer. Right now, we ask the artist to bring their audience to the NFT market.
And these artists, I would assume they're independent artists, not tied up with any agreements with any
Correct.
production house or. So
Yes,
how do you solve the
record labels?
the copyrights? How is it being done?
Copyright is very easy. First of all, it's a three-step process. You upload your content. It results in a smart contract, and we are currently, as said, also working with a couple of music rights companies who like to make that step, endorse our blockchain approach in creating a smart contract, so that there will be never any dispute about who owns what.
So if I upload any music, I can then create my copyright, right?
Correct.
Do you have a way to validate that I own that, or that's not relevant?
Yes, you get a certificate, we validate it, we certify it, and according to
But my question is, how do you know it's my copyright?
First of all, if you are becoming a member of the platform, we have a verification process. We use the verification already done with the traditional streaming platforms, so we leverage that data. On top of that, you have to go through your KYC on the Playtracks platform yourself. So I would say 99.9% we can be sure that it's your music.
And last question, your platform is a streaming as well, so I can only listen to that music through your platform, or I can download it and listen everywhere else?
You can stream the music on our platform. Marketing-wise, we haven't touched upon the word streaming, because that immediately puts us head-to-head with companies such as the traditional streaming platforms. You can, however, create a playlist based on NFTs, which is pretty cool in my opinion.
All right, thank you.
World. Yeah.
Okay. Gaia?
Hi, thanks for the presentation. My question concerns your traction. Can you elaborate more about, as you have said that you have 6,000 users, which one generally pays the subscription?
I mean, to be very honest, we love the freemium users because we take a percentage of their royalties. Yeah. So I would say it is right now about 50% freemium users, where we take a percentage of the royalties, which is great because they accumulate every month. On top of that, we have the minting fee. We take 3% per mint of a piece of content. And on the resale or the trade, we take an additional 3%. And on top of that, we have a set of subscription users, whether they are individual independent artists or record labels. It's either way. Yeah.
Thanks for the. I understand it well. Can you tell us a bit about your competitive landscape and who are your competitors?
Well, I pride myself of being one of the few all-in-one platforms covering so many problems, being able to replace multiple applications. First of all, the competitive landscape is based on a couple of dinosaurs, DistroKid, TuneCore, and Ditto Music. Yeah, these are the three big ones. On average, each of them do about 1 billion in revenue. They are only about music distribution. And we, on top of that, also provide all the data dashboard, and there we have sound charts out of France and Chartmetric, and they are just doing metadata. And then on the NFT marketplace, well, you know, the OpenSea, Super Rare, there's Audius, there's Royal. I would say there's about 10 of them right now live, and according to the analysts, we are in the top 5 regarding our market share. And growing fast. So
thank you very much for a detailed answer. I'm satisfied. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So Ram, next move on. Let's move on.
Thanks for the presentation, and kindly vote for this pitch. Next is Dressos. I open for the discussion with them. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Let me just share my screen. There we go. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Vladimir. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Dressos. Dressos is on a mission to redefine how people do shopping in fashion retail. With the help of AI and data, we want to deliver a personalized, customized experience to our customers and deliver outfits people love with the help of data and personalization. So what is the problem and what problems are we solving? Fashion retail, as you know, both physical and online, are doing very little personalization in the region, and the customer service is very average, and they use very little data and technology when they're offering a product. People actually do expect personalization. So over 70% of customers do expect personalization. And as you know, in today's retail, there's very little personalization, both online and offline. Shopping hustle, 56% of people don't like shopping or don't have time for it. Over 40% of customers do need a styling advice, and the customer service, 39% of customers do say that good customer service is really important when buying a product or a service. How big is the opportunity? 2020, $50 billion GCC fashion retail market. That's growing to $64 billion, but that's not the most important thing. Online sales are growing on 40% annually, and they're going to reach around $8 billion. What is our solution? Dressos obviously offers the convenience and personalization using our technology, using AI and machine learning. But we at the same time do keep stylists, and we plan to keep stylists in the future, obviously as we're scaling for different types of business models. We offer shopping convenience. We deliver personalized outfits, total outfits to customer doorsteps at no additional cost. We're going to be using data and AI to deliver those outfits. We create a great customer service. Our boxes are very personalized, amazing packaging with a personal message. And our business model is following the new trend in fashion retail, where customer can actually try the product before they buy them. So we don't charge anything up front. How does it work? The customer takes the style quiz. The stylist selects the outfits. Now it's being done by the stylist. In the future, we're building the AI machine learning platform where the outfits will be created by the platform. They try it at home and they pay only what they like. How does it work? How does our data and personalization model works? We collect a lot of data. Data from clients, from merchandise, behavior, and other type of data. We unify those data in our platform, activate them using our platform, and we do have like a human touch from our stylist in order to add the personalization and context. And we send that personalized offering to our customers. And then we get more and more data. So we feed the system with more data so that our service can be better and better every time we serve the customer. What kind of data are we using? We use the client data, feedback data, merchandise data, lifestyle data. The idea is basically by the end of the year, our platform will be able to generate over 1 million outfit suggestions for our customers. And we will be collecting over 100 data points from all these, from client, merchandise, lifestyle, and other feedback data. AI and stylist, yes, stylist will not vanish. Stylist is there to add the context to the whole and build the relationships. But we're planning to move stylists to a different, in the future, to a different business model, and obviously additional pay. Our business model consignment is our biggest competitive advantage. So we don't own stock. We have agreements with over 50 brands in the region. We already have access to over $10 million of stock as a small startup. Our margin is 40% on average from brands and retailers. Our business model is highly scalable. We don't own stock, predictive and accurate. We are planning to have over 60% accuracy, a flexible offering where people can have the total outfit or individual pieces, and capabilities to expand to different adjacent categories like beauty, and also very important B2B. So we're planning to cater for big retailers. They're not interested to work with us at the moment, but would like to use it for their company. Customer acquisition, customer lifetime value, CAC ratio is 6, so very healthy. We're planning to grow it through referrals and organic growth, and to use the current market penetration of 40%. We have few competitors. We are trying to position ourselves, obviously, scalability towards our business model, where we don't own stock, and to use more AI and machine learning much more than our current competitors in the market. This is our current traction. We have $200,000, over $200,000 in sales. We have over 2,000 customers that have registered, over 50 brands on consignment, and we have some nice PR and media traction. This is the plan for the region. Next year, Saudi Arabia, adding a plus size maternity and kids collection, and adding different additional business models. We're raising $1.5 million. We already invested $285,000, 40% technology, 40% customer acquisition. This is the team. My name is Vladimir. Alex is Chief Styling Officer. We have team based in Ukraine. Our CTO with another 4 people. So we have 5 people in Ukraine, and they are specialized in AI machine learning. They're working with different companies across the world, mostly focused in Japan, US, and now obviously the UAE market. Thank you very much. So I'm very open to your questions.
Gaia, yes, please.
Yes, of course. Pozdrav Vladimir iz Beograda.
Pozdrav.
He's also we came along from the same country. That's why I have greet him in Serbian. Can you tell us a bit about your traction in more details? You know, you already have mentioned what is your earning power and generally how many customers you have, but can you elaborate it more in detail? I'm trying to give you the chance to present yourself in a brighter light, if possible.
Thank you. Yeah, so as I mentioned, we started 15 months ago. We have generated now accurately $210,000 in sales. Our average order value is around $380. So our average order value is much higher than traditional e-commerce. So around 2 to 3 times higher, and around 3 to 4 times higher than any similar competitors globally that do the same business model. We have over 45% of returning customers already. Yeah, our customer acquisition cost CAC ratio is 6, so quite healthy. Customer lifetime value is over $900, so extremely high because of average basket. But also our customer acquisition cost at the moment is quite high, so we're trying to reduce obviously that, reduce that as we go. We have around 300 active customers, the customers that have bought the box once or more times so far. We did basically last year, we were averaging around $6,000-7,000 per month. Now we are close to $20,000 per month. That's basically a team of only 3 people, plus the tech team that we just basically hired last month.
Thank you very much for your thorough answer, and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, Gaurav.
Vladimir, great idea, great concept. Yeah. I just have 2 precise questions that I would like to know. One, you mentioned one of the 4 problems you are solving is styling issue, right? At the same time, you are purchasing these clothes from reputed brands that you mentioned on your slides. Once the customer gives you that, I wanted this particular shoulder, this way, that way, do you go back to your suppliers and say that this needs to be changed? Where is the styling defined, in terms of alterations or in terms of designs and prints?
No, so basically how it works, as I mentioned, we are collecting over 100 data points, and those data points are not just the regular data points that every retailer currently has. For example, you have a shirt that you're going to say, let's say that shirt is maybe medium size, but we don't measure it that way. We basically have a lot other data points of the length of the sleeve, the length of the shirt, you know, like we have a lot of data points where we understand exactly what is the fit of that shirt. So it's not about a customization in the sense that we do alterations. No, we know, for example, that this shirt with that size and that fit in our system is going to fit you. So we have such a wide assortment that we will always be able to find for every customer a t-shirt or a shirt or a dress that is going to fit perfectly to their demand. So for example, we have customers that say, ladies, normally, obviously they say for the dresses, they don't want dresses, sleeveless dresses. They don't want it to open. The length of the dress has to be specific. The color has to be specific. So all these things we take in consideration. We are able to find basically from our system the perfect dress for that customer. So we are matching.
Just a quick question, Vladimir. These data points that you collect, is it based on the photographs or the video or anything, or they provide you with those metrics?
So there is going to be different stages of our development. So some of that are going to be provided by retailers, but we also have obviously different options as we go. Obviously, for customers, they're going to be willing to provide it, where we're going to be able to scan basically someone's body and get very accurate data about the sizes. But on the other hand, again, as you know, personalization goes also different way. It is very individual. So, for example, I might say that you should be wearing, let's say, medium shirt, but your preference is to wear large, and no data, no technology can actually convince you any different. So we are trying to mix.
Understood. One last question, Vladimir. You mentioned you have 40% gross margins on $380 average order value, right? And this is based out with just the UAE focus, yeah?
Yeah, we're just in UAE at the moment. We're planning to go to Saudi next year.
What are you planning for the raise of funds? What's the objective behind raising the funds? I know you mentioned next year you want to expand to Saudi Arabia and all, but what is the usage of funds at this stage? Is it to develop the UAE market more?
Yeah, yeah, we want to focus, first of all, around 40% of the funds is going to go to technology. So currently our team is working in Ukraine, developing obviously the AI and the tech platform is going to be capable of, as I mentioned, delivering 1 million outfits suggestions per month. So that's very high based on those data points. So that's the prime goal. 40% will go there, around 40% customer acquisition. And for further expansion, we're planning to do that in Series A next year, Saudi Arabia. That's going to be a next round. So this money and this round is going to be focused specifically just for UAE and basically getting the technology right, getting the tech product right in order for us to be able to expand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ram, let's move on, please.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. And let's move forward to the jebels.com. I request the juries to vote for the earlier presentation. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Ishan. I'm the founder and CEO of jebels.com. We are a company incubated in Dubai Technology Entrepreneur Campus in UAE. Okay, so I will take you through our pitch deck. So basically, we are a coffee-focused e-commerce marketplace, and we have the first mover advantage in this vertical. So like, you know, all the coffee brewers who are doing coffee at home or they are going to cafes, I mean, they would love to shop, you know, brewing tools, which are currently unavailable at any single platform. So if you go to Amazon, they don't have the, you know, full catalog. You go to Noon, they don't have it. There are like a couple of distributors who have started their e-commerce website during the pandemic, but they do not have an ecosystem where all the coffee lovers can go and order their like coffee beans, machines, etc. So the solution which we have brought forward is we have built a marketplace about this like problem. So we have like sellers such as Nespresso Group from Switzerland. We have Bon Cafe and a lot of European brands who have signed up with us, okay, to provide these solution to the audience. Yeah. So basically, sellers compete on Jebels marketplace, and the benefit goes to the users. And the customers which are on our marketplace, they are empowered not to search only one specific brand, but they can compare like, hundreds of brands at our website. We have signed up with 3PL companies to make the delivery a seamless experience. Yeah, and this is the product which you can take a look at. People can search, they can compare sellers, and yeah, they can add it to the cart and proceed with the order. So coffee market is worth like 2.25 billion in the UAE and more so in the global market. And we have a lot of internet users in the UAE. So coffee, if you understand, is going through like paradigm shift. So if you look at the history, like people used to travel by buses, by trains, and then they eventually get to a point where we all have cars, So the similar trend is happening in the coffee industry, where right now around 80% of the people, they still go to cafes to, have their coffee sub. But this trend is changing. Now people are doing more at home, okay? And we really have the first mover advantage in this game, yeah. When we talk about competition, Amazon is there, as I touched upon previously. They do not have the full catalog for coffee lovers. Same goes for Noon. There is a niche player, which is a Saudi-based company, and they did really very well. But again, they're a distributor, so they carry only 10 to 15 coffee brands. So we have more coffee brands than them at present. So basically, if you understand, we really have the first mover advantage in this game. There is not even a single marketplace globally to serve the need of coffee lovers. So this is the market which we are tapping. Business model, we make 14% on each order, which on each item which is sold on our platform. And if we start sourcing, our GP will go from 14% to 45%. In pipeline, we have ad system for our sellers if they want to get the buy box, similar to Amazon. And then we also have official brands, stores for brand, and paid membership, which can give them premium features. Go to market, we are relying heavily on public relations in-house. We are working with the top media outlets as I'm speaking. And yeah, we are utilizing all the GTM platforms which are available to capture the audience. KPIs for growth measurement, I mean, we have done like 80 to 150K so far. We have more than 1,000 products listed, 22 sellers, and AOV is remarkably high. So 80 to 700 is really a very good AOV. If you look at the AOV of Amazon or Noon, it hovers around 70 to 80 on a store level. And we have 27,000 plus users who come to our website so far, and out of which we have around 3% who have placed orders with us. These are the projected financials in dirham, which we have in mind for next 2 years, including this year. So yeah, I mean, we can be profitable, and this is a really huge industry which is going through a paradigm shift. At the moment, Starbucks is trying to get into this game, making the coffee machines for home brewers.
I'm
so
sorry,
really
the time is over. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
It's open for the queries from the juries.
Gaurav, yes, please.
Are you targeting just the Middle East market, the UAE market, or are you looking to expand in the future as well?
So we are looking to expand to KSA maybe next year, okay? And we really have a global advantage here. So there is not even one marketplace in the States or Europe, okay? So, I mean, this is really a huge industry, but we want to focus at a one.
I understand. Right now,
Yeah.
it is going to be UAE, and you are planning to expand to US and Europe in the future?
Yes.
Okay. My next question would be, in 3 months, it seems like you have had some significant revenue traction, right?
Yeah.
What was the marketing strategy that took to these numbers? Because if you have even 14% in gross margin or the platform fees, it's still a very competitive number for a newly created e-commerce startup, right? I have some investments in e-commerce startups, so I'm pretty familiar with the metrics. Would you mind explaining what is it that you did different than others that took you to this kind of revenue traction in the just 3 months of starting the business?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So basically, the problem which coffee industry goes through is that people call one distributor, hey, do you have this stock? Okay, and the general answer is no, you need to pay us, and then we'll bring the equipment from Europe or from Italy or Switzerland. But what we did, we actually signed up with them. We have brought forward all the inventory status real time. So we have a marketplace where like sellers are updating the right time inventory, and this is leading to the conversion. By the way, one of the remarkable features which we have, if we look at the QSR, quick service restaurant in Horeca, our AOB is hovering around 40,000 dirhams per order. So when a cafe orders from us, it's reaching to 40,000 dirhams for an order. Yeah. So I think it's more about Google Ads, social media, and we are trying to leverage the right influencers. So I've been into like e-commerce for more than a decade now. I mean, so I understand where my customers are, and that is where we are striking with our affiliate marketing program also.
And who would be the buyers on your platform? Would it be just B2B businesses, the distributors, restaurants, QSRs, or can it be individual retailers as well?
Yeah, so it's a mix. Basically, we have around 80% B2C customers and 20% around cafes.
And this average order value is based on the mix of 80-20 that you just mentioned?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, guys? Yes, please. So Ram, let's move on.
Yeah, next audio cult. So I request them to give a presentation. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Just allow me a moment to share my screen. All right, so hi, my name is Hussein Al-Jabi. I'm here to showcase our startup called Audio Cult Technologies. We have a platform called Audio Cult, audiocult.net to be specific, and we're addressing the dance music industry. So it's everything related to dance music. So we're addressing three main problems in this industry, just to be really quick. There's a huge lack of data. There's no database or directory for individuals or businesses that highlight basically every entity in this economy or in this community. There's no network that allows people to communicate with one another in this community. So whether you're a business or individual, there's just no extensive network that allows you to go through all the different people that make up this industry. And there's no social commerce. So there's not a platform that enables you to profile yourselves, network, and trade all at the same time. And that's why we created Audio Cult. It's an online platform and mobile app that is built to enable the key players of the music industry to profile themselves, network, and trade. The key three things that you need to do to exist in this economy. We did that by providing those three things, rather the solutions. We built a directory which displays all the events, entities in terms of individuals, freelancers, artists, and businesses, all in one sort of view. And you can filter that based on your city, country, genre of music, and a whole plethora of other filters. There's easy communication, so there's non-monetized communication between all the entities, similar to social media-like features. And we also established a marketplace where you could trade your services, get booked, sell tickets, sell music tracks, and so on. And so the power of the platform is built on this sort of pattern here, which is the profiling, the networking, and the trade, and that sort of feeds the pipeline for what our purpose is. In terms of directory, we highlight these sort of users. So it could be an artist, it could be a business, a venue, or an event organizer or promoter, all the way down to people who just want to listen to music or stream it or attend a music festival. So basically everybody in the whole cycle or life cycle of this economy. The networking part is just a word to describe all the plethora of features that we have to allow for this communication or for this easy communication. The third is the trade aspect, which is I think is key here. We allow businesses to sell their tickets if they're a promoter. We allow artists to sort of sell and stream their music if they're doing so, if they're original authors, and for everybody in between to communicate and book each other. And soon we'll also be dealing with hardware, so music equipment. In terms of capturing revenue, we focus on mainly two areas as of now, which is transaction processing fees on event tickets and also music store. We're focusing primarily right now on event tickets. It's a completely free model for people to trade their music, so they keep 100% of the entire transaction. We don't take anything. And once we have enough users, obviously we start playing with data, and there's actually more value there than there are in either events or music. So in terms of target market, because we're very niche, we're considered a niche sort of genre of music. Live music, generally, the industry is around 40 billion, a little over that, US dollars. And we're looking at our market only, so that's around 4.4 billion. Most of that is in Europe, and that's where we're mostly active, and also here. In terms of digital music streaming and downloads, the industry is at 28 billion right now, and the segment that we're concerned with right now is around 1.4. And generally, the electronic dance music or dance music industry has been seeing a constant, since 2012, a growth of 16 to 18%. That wasn't the case, obviously, in 2020. There was a huge halt, but thankfully, the year after that, it went back up to where it was. In terms of where we place ourselves in the market, the community, we consider ourselves more of a community-centered, network-oriented platform that has an array of functions, rather than focusing on just the service itself and having no community, or focusing on only the one function, or rather being identified as only let's say a master of one trade. Yeah, so we have a full beta web app, which is live right now, and we also have a mobile app which is not launched yet on the Apple Store, but we have them with select users globally. So we have around 3,000 users. Most of those are consumers, so people who buy the tickets, because when you buy a ticket, you end up becoming a user. And 20% of those people generate most of our revenue. So the people that actually sell their tickets on our platform, the people that actually list their music and generate the buzz. In terms of how we will go to market, we haven't officially went to market yet. We are going for a guerrilla sort of explosive launch, and we're doing that by right now. We have sort of somewhat you can say of an army all over Europe and the UAE, collecting people, that segment of people that will sell tickets or will be listing their tickets, and we will launch alongside them next year and later this year, and so that'll be the big noise. But right now we've been doing that with select event organizers here in the country. The milestones, I won't go over them too much, but it was just bootstrapping myself and a friend of mine for the last since 2019, late 2019 to 2020, 2021, mid 2021, and then we realized that we have a great idea. We've been spending all our money on developing the product, but now we need a whole bunch of money to convince people to join the platform. So we realized, let's be our first client. We actually built our own events management company to be our first client, and that events management company later turned into one of the biggest event management companies in the entire UAE, hosting events for thousands of people. After that, we captured our first private investment, and now we're here. This is the high level sort of, you could say, team, the core team. But of course, we have a whole bunch of advisors and people that act as third party, people that help us, and some of them are also full time. And that's it. Thank you so much for your time. That was.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Your questions, dear judges? Yes, please, Gaurav.
You mentioned being the database for the global dance music industry, correct? But you are starting off with the services for the events industry, right? The events and all. So can you explain or clarify the business model here? What's the strategy here?
Yeah, so dance, when we say dance music industry, we're addressing primarily the people who are managing the event. So event organizers, promoters, and venues. Those are the key sort of players, and of course the artists that occupy that space. Everybody else comes after because they are the consumers, so they just buy the ticket. So we want to highlight the existence of these people. We want to give them directory sort of interface so they can find each other, so they can operate essentially the entire industry, because they're the ones who are actually at the forefront of this industry. Everybody else who are the consumers, the people who want to listen to the music or buy the tickets, will just naturally come to buy the tickets when they're listing our event. So that's what we're doing. We're kind of using that as a bait, sort of, if you will, approach to build enough data to sort of start focusing more on the individual consumer. And so we're starting with the businesses at first.
Sure, I get that. And I kind of realized that that would be a good crowd puller. But then the question over here is, how do you grow that business of connecting the dance music industry, right? What would be the business model? Certainly, it cannot be a subscription based because, it's not an ongoing need always, right? Unless there is a global band traveling. So how do you monetize these kinds of unique services?
That's true. So part of what we're doing is we're not just a ticket platform or just a database where people show up, they do what they need, and then they leave the platform sort of empty. We're looking at building an entire ecosystem. And so we looked at dance music specifically because that community has the most active sort of engagement in forums and activity on music sharing, on communities, on forums. And so we want to bring that noise into this platform whilst maintaining the ability to sort of buy your tickets or what have you. Most of our transactions or transaction processing fees, which is our revenue, is coming from selling those tickets. Later on, we want to jump into music, and then of course jump into just the hierarchy of the directory itself. So right now, a few events, we've sold an average of let's say 5,000 tickets in the last 4 months. That generated around 75,000 dirhams approximately. That's just from, like, I would say 5 key events. Now we're thinking obviously hundreds of events happening at the same time every weekend, and there's thousands of events that happen all over Europe. This is just what we're going to use as a stepping pillar to transform and maybe start pulling into other genres of music and other sort of industries using the same model.
What would be a cost of acquisition for bringing in this event hosts? I mean, event producers and organizers. What would be the strategy?
The beautiful thing about the event industry generally is that there's hundreds and thousands of event organizers, clubs, and promoters that are coming into life and dying off in the same year. So there's no sort of monopoly. It's always being refreshed. The entire industry is being refreshed every year. So what we're doing right now is we have what we call business developers. And what they do is they go and they offer people sponsorship deals. So we're actually paying them a certain amount based on what the average ticket sale revenue that they generate within a month for us would be. And we would give them that upfront in the form of a marketing thing, or we would just give them cash. It seems that they're more willing to go with marketing. That's what we've been doing. So now we have around 60 or so, let's say, contracts for small clubs with an average of 1,000 to 2,000 attendees per week for a whole week. And so we focus on those festivals and nightclubs. And so we broke down the entire Europe into sort of 9 batches, and of course the UAE, but we're mostly focusing on Europe because that's where the big chunk of the pie is. And we're approaching them one by one. So we have around 4 business developers right now and like 16 people all over Europe that are in that nightlife closing those deals for us to do an exclusive ticket sale, and then forums, and then media, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're doing.
Is it reasonable to say that your initial cost of acquiring the customers will be astoundingly high given the market saturation competitors in this field?
That's true, but the way that we've structured the contract or the exclusivity deal is we're not actually losing any money. Whatever money we're giving out, we're generating back from the commissions. So that's how it's calculated. The formula is built on, okay, so you're a nightclub, you're generating 1,000, you're selling 1,000 tickets. We have an average of, let's say, €2 per ticket. So we give them that much for their sponsorship upfront, and then we just gain it back because the payout is within 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So that we're not actually affecting our cash flow. It's sort of equaling and balancing out itself. And the same goes for the people, the business developers.
Understood. Okay. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. So, dear judges, please, before Ram will announce last but not least startup for today, please finish your voting, check your voting and finish. You can change mark before voting will be closed. pay attention about it. Okay, and Ram, please announce our last but not least startup for today.
Thanks for the presentation. And next we are moving forward with the QFL solutions. I request them to give a presentation. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being with us. I guess I'm the last but not least, so I'm just sharing my screen here very quickly. All right, so my name is Hani Laida. I'm representing here at QFL Solutions. We are basically an AI-driven fintech company focusing in large part on financial trading solutions. I love the breadth of the different offers today and the competition, so I felt this is good also to come up with the last one, which is on a very high note on fintech. Today, we know that around more than 60% of online traders actually are millennials and Gen Zers. They're presenting an industry now that is close to 4.8 billion in trading, and it's only growing at a 5% CAGR until 2028 as forecasted. Yet the unfortunate part is that a big portion, almost majority, close to over 95% of these trades are currently failing. We are all part of it, and I'm sure you can relate to what I'm saying. There's a lot of undercapitalizations that is happening in the trades today, a lot of emotional involvement, and at the same time, very little knowledge. Actually, only 37% of millennials feel knowledgeable about trading. That is resulting, obviously, in transformation of the trading landscape and a whole new ways of trading. With that in mind, we came together with my founders here, co-founders, into coming up with solutions on how can we actually improve and improve the trading success of millennials in general throughout AI. And this is here where we've been working for close to 6 years on some good machine learning algorithms that came up with some really accurate AI into helping millennials into better predicting into what to trade, when to trade, and how to get in and out. With that being fully automated without any human intervention, at the same time with tools and solutions that are made for millennials by millennials at the same time, and hence avoiding a lot of the jargon that we see typically from trading platforms and banking. The solution came under what we call now Magus AI. It's the ultimate trading campus here. It's basically it's a tool that is providing the traders with an 80% accurate, a market signal that is being done on both forex and gold, oil, high volume stocks such as Tesla, Intel, Facebook, what have you. That is not only giving to the user in terms of signal into when to trade and when to stop and when to take profit, but also with dynamic gain calculators, with optimal profit level simulations. So for the traders in this room, you will understand what I mean by here is that we are giving here the advice on what to trade. We are not necessarily doing the trading here for them. We shied away from doing that directly. It's because we wanted to build credibility and our signals. With that in mind, though, the solution path that we have forward for this is actually going to be augmented here with the crypto behavior that we just shied off from doing right away, given the market situation, but is ready also to be rolled out toward Q4 of this year. And at the same time, this will be hooked up with options for trading, ranging from our AI-driven auto trader as well that will be hooked up into that signal to another very descriptive also trading platform under the name Sequence Trading, which is a whole new way of trading for millennials, and I'll touch base on that in a bit. Just to conclude on this, the beginning of the journey here has been on a business model of a subscription. Currently, we have around close to 4,500 users that are subscribing to our signals on close to an average price of around $45 a month. And this basically creating a customer funnel to our trading platform at the end of the day, where it becomes transaction-based trading business model. With that, I will touch base upon our disruptive also trading platform that is hooked up to that signal that is going to be released in beta testing now and next month. And with that, that is basically playing upon the reality of the fact that the traders of today are actually not trading as much, they are betting. They are looking into an experiment that is socially proved, that is actually that they're looking into very high level of wins, and there was trading without a solid investment strategy per se. So with that, we created what we call here sequence trading, which is a multi-level kind of like, trading platform that allows them to start with very minimal risk, such as $15, but could actually end up with close to $1 million in returns of profit if they succeeded at each level. We had people from Facebook, from Google join us here to be able to look into that financial gaming prospect as well, and to looking into the mentality of the millennials and to building a very unique multi-level trading platform. Already tested with great feedback, and we're going into an expanded also now beta testing with around 1,000 traders in next months. In terms of value proposition, I guess I've said it, most of it here. In terms of for the traders is more accurate, less risk, and at the same time you save time and you miss out less for the platform, because all of these what I've talked about could also be whitelisted into existing brokers, existing trading platform as well. They could have that as an added value for their own users as well. So it's a B2C and a B2B2C. In terms of competition, very quickly here, our AI signal is unparalleled. The AI accuracies that we have versus everybody else, because it's neutralized from any bias towards any specific kind of like, trading platform or any specific agenda, it has really been able to produce very accurate results here that has been proven and validated by quite a bit of traders. And then versus other trading platform at the same time, you can recognize here post-sequence trading per se here, the risk level that we provide with the controlled trade that we actually also take into account here, the friendliness for beginner traders, for traders that are not necessarily very much knowledgeable.
Thank you very much. The time is over.
Go.
Thank you very much. Okay,
yeah.
So let's start Q&A. Yes, please, guys. Gaurav.
Thanks for the presentation. I request the judges for voting this pitch. I think this is the final one.
Can I ask a question, Ram?
Yeah, please
sure,
go ahead.
Sure. Okay. Good idea, good presentation. Two questions, right? You have few thousand users right now, you mentioned earlier. Which markets are they currently based out? Which regions are they based out in?
This has been largely in Africa, Nigeria, South Africa. Given fintech accessibility, it made these markets now very hot when it comes to fintech trading, because
Sure.
accessibility of the reason, yeah.
What products can they trade? What instruments can they trade? Is it just crypto and Forex?
It's Forex, gold, oil, Dow Jones, and also high volume stocks.
Understood. What has been the real world performance in terms of drawdowns, not through the backtesting strategy, which I'm quite familiar with, but in terms of what these users have invested through the trade alerts and all? How is the performance, drawdowns, beta, Sharpe ratio? Can you throw some light on how the real world performance is? And the only reason I ask is there is crazy amount of volatility, right? Even hedge funds and our algo trading firms are not able to sustain. So I'm just curious how this performs, especially when we talk about retails, traders in the African countries where the budget is limited and performance is undeniable. Yeah.
100%, and we have to look into, of course, also the type of traders we are dealing with, so there's sophistication level is actually much less than what you're referring to, and I understand your indexes that you're talking about. Unfortunately, the drawback and the drawdown that have been witnessed with the existing traders now have been in large part, as I mentioned earlier, not as driven by the typical Sharpe ratios and what have you. There's a lot of that here has been driven by their emotions and by their overcapitalization. I mean, in a way, we can't blame them. It's also done by the trading platform that as soon as they started to trade, they will over leverage them 100% and so on. With us here, what they were able to do is that they're able to better control that because we tried to strip them out of these like, the mishaps from these kind of drawbacks here. So, and I'm telling you when we are looking here now at our multipliers, we are looking at very healthy multipliers that we're looking at depending on the time frame. And that's why we have the profit simulator also over the past 3 months that is dynamic, that is helping them into looking at the multipliers in terms of the profit factors that are very close to like a 5, that's like a 5 or so, you know, when it comes to our indexes.
When you say 5, it's a 5x return over a period of a year. What's the metric?
No, the profit factor is like basically, and when it comes to overall the number of profit pips over the signals that we are issuing, you know, so it's like basically, I wish I can show you on the screen here, but it highlights to you, you know, the overall profit over the number of signals that I'm issuing.
Understood. And then how do you expand to the more lucrative European or US markets? What would be the, have you thought about these banking license and from SECs and others?
Yes, for sure. And so this is here where, like I told you, our solutions is actually could be fully administered by us, or also could be done through existing brokers or platforms as well. So there's like a B2B element of it. So as we look into look at our own licenses and registrations across, so we're looking into expanding that. We also look at partners to help us with this. So we don't need to do it all in every single country. We could also go into existing players.
Perfect. Good idea. My best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, any other questions? Yes, please. So judges, please finish your voting right now. So you have 1 minute to finish voting. After that, I will close it, and Ram will announce our winners today. So please do it. Your 1 minute started right now. Mr. Mohammed, please check your voting. And Jean-Luc, also, please check your voting. So Ram, you can ask your colleague about some feedback about the event.
Yeah. Hope the voting is done. So probably we can have the networking, I guess, maybe.
So Mr. Gaurav was most active. So
yeah,
maybe, dear Gaurav, maybe you have some feedback for us.
Absolutely, Lena. I think, Ram, this was a very, very good pitching session. You know, my Lena and Kate would know I usually am very reserved when it comes to giving high ratings. I don't know why. Call me the bad guy. But today, much to my surprise, out of 7 to 8 startups, 7 presented, and nearly 4 to 5 of them received my best ratings. I cannot believe that this is a unicorn pitch. You know, Lena is lying to us. This probably seems like a unicorn battle and unicorn finale, which just happened about a few weeks back, right? So I think some of these startups, very, very good ideas. You know, I just could not comprehend, again, like I said in the pitches. And, you know, while winner will be winner, I almost want to say personally, having been with Startup Network for almost 3 years, as Lena and team would know, many of you guys are really going to be successful. And I'll tell you one key part that I liked about all the startups, right? From Kinda Smart to Playtracks and Jebels and all. you guys are likely going to survive through this economic downturn, which is slowing down. You know, some of the business ideas that you guys have full faith that it is likely to succeed, likely to work. And these are not ideas that are dependent on valuations and the liquidity, meaning the capital, right? To have this kind of concepts that can have a clear path to growth, profitability, and a market need. See, I think you can be profitable, but if you can create a business that is a part of an economy, I like these startups. I think they add more values than the valuations, right? So really enjoyed it. All of you guys have a fantastic presentation, and too bad that there will be one winner. But for me, being in a unicorn pitch, I think you all are winners, and continue with the path and trajectory you all are in. Yeah.
Thank you very much
Good
for
job.
great feedback. Thank you. Thanks for being with us today. So any other feedback, dear judges? Okay. So if no, Ram ready to announce our winners today. So Ram, please check our chat and starting from
I got
third
it.
number 3, started from third place.
So
please announce.
As Gaurav said, all the presentation was really amazing. Probably, we are into the mentoring space. Probably we can see tech is going to be the future. I mean, and the startups are pretty much capturing the market shares and competing with the large corporate these days. But nevertheless, we should put some scoring based on the jury's the scoring and stuff like so. The third place goes to jebels.com. So we really appreciate the presentation, and it's a wonderful idea, and wish you all the best and stuff like so. Keep in touch with us. Probably whatever the support and mentoring advisory and stuff like we could able to do, we sure we will be able to help you on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the second place goes to Dressos. Thanks for the presentation. It's really amazing, and wish you all the best as well.
Congratulations,
guys. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you for the questions, and I really didn't expect so much involvement from everyone, and obviously from investors, and obviously the startups were really amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now the first the winner. So let's conduct Playtrix. So they are the winners, and I appreciate.
Congratulations.
Wow,
and applause, guys. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Okay.
Congrats, and wish you all the best, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.
So as a winner, you will take part in next round of our events. It's Unicorn Battle, a region level event. We will contact you personally and for details. Okay. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So guys, judges and startups, thank you for being with us today. Thank you, Ram, for great event.
Thank you so much.
For hosting this event. Okay, and see you nearest time at our nearest events. Thank you very much, and take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Ram. Thank you, everyone, and the judges. Take care.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thanks again.
you.